Hey everybody, welcome back. And if this is your first time, thanks for watching. This is another video in the series, I guess I could call it, of videos where I've been trying to teach people good placement of smoke grenades from the T side and CT side if it applies. So as usual, now we're going to start off with Inferno for this video, but we're going to come up here as always. We'll go up to play, make sure we're on practice, make sure we're on casual. Make sure that our grenade camera is on, infinite ammo, infinite warm-up, because we don't want the bots running around doing silly things. And we're going to get into it. So, once this loads up in here, Inferno is kind of a cool map because it does have some smokes that the CT side can use to its advantage. But,
no more talking.
like I
Now
always
we
do,
fight.
I'm going to go ahead and start off on the T side. So, here we are on the T side. We're going to go ahead and grab our smoke grenade. And then we're going to make our way out, okay? So all of our smokes are going to be done from out here in this area. So, right off the bat, you can do what I like to call the running throw. You don't have to be an expert at it. You just have to kind of throw a smoke over the rooftop for this. Well, that's not normal. But, I don't think I've ever had one go up there. But you can just throw a smoke grenade up here, it'll bounce back and it'll smoke off mid. That's all fine and well. We don't really care about that. But, there's a couple places that are good to smoke on the T side for cover. And I'm going to start by showing you guys. Come over here in this corner. And just like in the Vertigo video, there's going to be an object above us which is going to displace us a little bit. So before we start doing any throwing, we're going to jump and let it displace us. We're not going to touch anything. We're just going to hit the space bar and jump, or whatever your jump key is. And as you can see, it moved us forward a little bit. So our first smoke is going to be right up here on this antenna. If you look, there's this little blocky thing right here. We're going to go to the little intersection to the left of it and just do a regular jump throw. Okay? This thing's going to bring our smoke grenade over here, and it's going to put it right over here on stairs. Which is a lot of time where they're going to set up to get their sniper angle in so they can see right through here. So if you throw it back there where I had it, you're still going to have this area open to see people. You're still going to have this area up here to approach. You're still going to have a lot of coverage, but you're really going to get rid of that vantage point without covering up what I call their right side approach, which, you know, the CTs will sometimes, if they're rushing mid, they'll stay on this right side, stay hugged here so you can't see them this way. So that's the best way to do it. Sometimes that can get a little funky. It's what I call a bouncy throw. So, you know, you can tweak these a little bit. Sometimes you can move them a little bit. I found out that if you throw it here at this little square, sometimes it lands up and it stays in this little balcony, which is super weird. But it doesn't waterfall like you think it would, so it just makes a ball there. So you always want to be to the left there, and you always want to make sure that if you're in this corner, you do your jump first to get out of that displacement. Otherwise, it'll move you while you do it. Now, this is just a regular old jump throw. Anywhere between these two pieces here, I'll have it good, and you're good to go. So if you want to put it there, I always put it on the one over here, next to it, in between these two right here, just so that you have that smoke in that area, but you still have a lot of open area. Okay, so the second one we're gonna do, if for whatever reason you would want to smoke off the balcony, that's gonna be right here. Okay. So a lot of times, if CTs will run up in there, they'll go up in the apps real quick, and they'll come out here to this balcony and try to get an op shot off at you. But if we do it right, we can land a smoke right here on this balcony, and this one does waterfall down, and it covers this whole area right here, okay? So it'll cover the windows in that whole area, but even if it doesn't land up there, if you do it right, it'll go inside and cover the entire room up there. So once again, we're going to be in our displacement, so you can jump out, it pushes you out. You can go over here and throw this one, let that one go and do its thing. Now you're going to come over here to these little notches that look like they're almost holding up the roof right here. You're going to come over to the second one, go to the end, and then drag your mouse straight up, which is going to, you'll see a little brown dot here and a little brown dot here, these two brown dots. So you're going to go straight up, and it'll put you just a little bit to the right side of in between those two. and you don't want to have your cursor above the roof. So this is just going to be a jump throw. So you're going to jump and throw, and if you did it right, it should land right there on the tip of the balcony, and it'll waterfall this whole area. Now, this does not cover the windows. It only covers here, which can be good. So, you can double smoke. You can have someone drop 3 smokes here, and you can do, for this one area, let me get back in here, have it jump me out. You can come over here. You can smoke that one, come over here to your second one. You go straight up in between them like that. And throw that one, and that one should, see, if it goes off a little bit, this is kind of the desired effect. You want it to kind of go in there, because then it's going to cover up that window and most of that window. So if you do it, you're going to end up with 2 different effects. One's going to be the waterfall off the balcony. One's going to be you made it inside. And the difference in getting them right is so minuscule. Like, it's like maybe a millimeter over to the right to get it to stay on the balcony. And then most of the other time it's going to go inside. I think if you go over here to the left a little bit, maybe. Let's see where that one goes. Okay, so that one's going to be inside the balcony. So as long as you stay in between these 2 brown dots and you don't cover them, you should be good with your apps throw. So even that one, it's back in the, wow, that's pretty cool, back in the back corner, it's still going to cover a good portion of the window. Now, it's kind of a crapshoot on where it's going to fall. It's another bouncy location. So of course, if you wanted to, you could, you know, you'd be running out of there, you'd molly it and make a frontal assault. But if you're trying to go slow, and you have people drop you your smokes, you can hit these 2 points. I don't know why you'd want to hit them, but, you know, should you want to for any reason or need to, there you go. So that's how you can hit mid, the right side of mid to cover the sniper point, and you can cover the balcony should you want to. Now, there is another vantage point that you can get, which is actually really important on this map. If you run straight out here, this is the most valuable one that I've found so far. So if you run straight out and you look up here, you wedge yourself in this, right here, this little corner where this barrel is, okay? And then you're looking up here and you see this roof. It's got a couple little notches in it. If you go to that second notch and you do a kind of a stepping jump where you hold the W key and hit the space bar right afterwards and then throw the grenade, it should lodge it. Oh, I messed that one up, which happens, that's okay. And I don't edit these videos because I want them to be natural, and it takes too much time. So, this should bounce down in here and cover up it's either going to cover up right here. This is the weird part about it. This is another one of those finicky ones where you're not really supposed to throw a smoke grenade over that stuff. But it's going to cover up this CT side right here, and sometimes it'll drop a smoke right here. And you don't know when that's going to be, because you can go back in the same exact place and hit the same exact shot 3 different times, and each shot will have a different outcome. So we'll come over here again. It's all about where you release your grenade during the jump. So let's see where that one's at. So that one's going to put us right back in there. That's actually really cool. That's only the second time I've been able to recreate that. And you can move over here to this little notch. It's all about these notches right here. You can move over to this notch and do another running jump. Well, that wasn't supposed to be there. How crazy. Let's try it again. It's supposed to put it... Okay, there it goes. That's the one I was looking for. That's how crazy it is. So this one's going to cover coffin. But at this point, it's kind of a crapshoot. The only reason that I would say you could throw the smokes from spawn is if you get that side and you could punch that thing out before they get around this corner. Because they're going to come into, it's going to be 3A, 2B most of the time, and they're going to come out here and molly and grenade this area down here. They're going to be throwing it over this, bouncing it off that wall, and trying to blow you up as you rush. But if you get, you know, someone to drop you a grenade right there, or not a grenade, but a smoke grenade right there, and you come over here and you hit that shot, or that one, and you drop one of these smoke grenades over here. That was the wrong one. That was just a jump throw. Drop one of those smokes over there. It's gonna... It probably won't, you know, be deterministic, but it'll definitely slow them down if they're rushing over there and there's a smoke drop. You know what I mean? But this map's kind of hard to smoke from. It's really a fast running map, I think, but there you go. So we'll try these shots again to see how well I can put them out there. So we'll do this one. We'll do right here. That'll do that. We'll come over here to the second one, come up a little bit, and we'll jump that one. So that one landed inside. I think that's a valuable one if you got someone pushing that's getting there first and opping you guys. And then right here, those are two really good ones, I think. It should help you get a good mid to alt-mid assault happening. This one is more just for trying to slow them down if you can. So, if you get this one to bounce right, you just kind of throw it in there, and it just kind of, you know, it'll mess with them sometimes, kind of mess with the way they have stuff set up. It might slow them down before they get to grenading you, if you can get it to land in the right place. But as you saw, now I've thrown that 3 different times and gotten 3 different results. It's very finicky about how far into the jump you are, and how far into the stride you are when you release it. So if I just tap them kind of at the same time, one right after the other, just real close, and just get that short throw, it'll land right over here on this corner. And then if I back up again, let that pop, and put it right there, and I get a long stride out of it. How weird. There's a full stride, one whole step. There you go. And so if you get a full step in, that where you can hear that noise, that clink down noise, that footstep noise, that's where it's going to put it, is up in that up in the CT side. If you get the short throw, just a tap, it's probably going to put it back in that little walkway there. Yeah, that little short roll. So you have to play with it, figure out what you like best, but those are the aim points at the very least to put it where you want it. So you can play with that. Now, this is one of the maps that has a couple good CT smokes that I find. This is I want to say it's a smaller map. I'm not sure if it is for sure, but so this one has some CT-sided smokes that I like to use, and I'll show you one of them now. So this one right here is going to be just a jump throw. So we're going to jump it, we're going to throw, and we're going to watch it. Well, we can watch it on the grenade camera, but that right there is going to cover up our mid. Not our mid, but our B banana push. So if you've got that smoke out, they're still going to be throwing stuff at you, but now they're going to have to push through the smoke before they can get to you. And if you've got a shotgun, you can put a couple rounds in the smoke and get a good idea about how many people are there, while also getting on the barrels, or the car, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. So that's one right there. Just a jump throw where the roof meets that roof, and that'll put it there. If you want to play games with them and just kind of get in their head a little bit, you come over here to where the roof has these little supports here, and you come over to the third one. You put it right in the middle. It almost looks like logs sticking out. So you put it right there in the middle of that log that's sticking out. And this one you're going to do a running jump. So you're going to do that forward with the jump and release. And that, if you do it right, is actually going to drop that thing down towards their spawn. So because you start right there, you can get over there and drop that smoke there, and that'll kind of mess with them just a little bit. It's just a trick to mess with their heads. I don't know if it's going to stop them, but it smokes this whole area right there before they might not even have a chance to get out there yet. Or if they're trying to set up for a sniper, a lot of times I'll go back there, even though it's going to take a second. But a lot of times, if you're going to set up on the T side as a sniper, you're going to be up here, right? And you're going to be looking down here with your op or your scout or whatever. And if there's a smoke right here, it's going to have a hard time doing that. So if you're trying to clear, if you got someone that's trying to snipe you all the time, drop that smoke. You know, smokes are cheap. And if you keep getting popped every time you go out and try to clear mid, drop a smoke there. This one's a little more forgiving. So, like I said, right in the middle of that piece of wood, do a running jump. And it's almost 100% of the time it's going to fall down in that area and it's going to hit that spot. So that's how you can get rid of a T-side sniper if that's where they're hanging out, which in my case they normally are. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit mid from spawn. So my thing is, I always want people to be able to slow down the progress of the terrorists from rushing you as much as humanly possible and from killing you as you go by. The op is unforgiving. So there's a couple different techniques we can do. One is just to come over here to the peak of this building, and then we're going to do another running jump. So we're going to forward jump and release, and that is going to bring that smoke grenade over here. Well, they don't always work, I guess. But what it's going to do is it should bounce it off the side of this building and trickle down here to mid. So, I mean, the round just started, and there you are. So, you've got a smoke on mid. Now, you've got the whole team running that way. Mid's already smoked. They're not even out of their spawn yet, and you've got a clear path. Now, before they did an update a few months ago, I was actually able to bounce a smoke off of a rooftop and onto the balcony from here too, and the shot went a little something like this. Now, if you watch the camera, you'll watch the bounce happen, but something happened and they changed that roof dynamic a little bit, so now the smoke will not, I have yet to be able to get it to go back into the balcony. But that was a cool one, to be able to bounce it off of this roof and into the balcony, because then you could smoke that off if they had an op trying to look down alt mid. You know, as far as like smoking alt mid, I don't know. I mean, you can get a smoke there right here sometimes. If you do a jump throw, you can get it over here and it'll bounce off this roof to this doorway. But that's kind of a specific set. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, if you're on the CT side, which I might even back out of this real quick and go into one with the bots and show you exactly how fast it can happen. So because that's pretty much it. So we'll go in here, we're going to go to practice, we're going to go to casual, we're going to go to Inferno, we're going to go grenade camera, infinite ammo, but we're not going to do infinite warm-up, so that we have some bots that queue in with us. And I'll show you just how fast some of these smokes are when you're on the CT side. So we're going to come in here, we're going to buy a smoke grenade, we're going to come over here like this, we're going to go over here, we're going to do a jump. All of our guys are rushing out there. I missed the shot, but that's okay. Let's see here. Let's see if I can restart this, because I missed the shot. Let's see if I can. Oh, okay. It's not gonna let me do it. Oh well. Let me just restart it real quick. Of course, I'm trying to do something that I think is pretty cool, but the minute that I go to do it, I screw it up. So we got our smoke grenade out. We're gonna run over here. We're gonna come over to this rooftop. Jump that, and that should bounce us right in there. And now our guys aren't even there yet.
Grenade out.
They're there in the smoke zone. You can see that coming. So that's how fast that happens. We're in infinite warm-up, so well, we're not in infinite warm-up, but you know, you can come over here.
Smoke.
Let me go back in. We'll do it again, and I'll show you why the opping area smoke works. Hopefully, I can get in there fast enough. So we got our smoke grenade. We got it pulled out. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna pull up here and go to the third one.
Laying down
We're gonna
smoke.
pull that up. Now, oh, I missed the shot.
Throwing a grenade.
Let's try it again.
Throwing smoke.
There it goes. So, this thing's going to be over here. It's going to pop at their spawn. You know, I think that's well enough. I think you guys get the idea. That just helps. So, it helps slow them down. But alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all the smokes I've got for that side. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe. I'm going to keep making these videos. Let's see, I think I've got... Which one's coming up next? Next, I got Nuke, and then Anubis. So I should be able to get that Nuke done. That one's got only a few that are good from the outside, so... And then Anubis has a couple that are kind of alright, but we'll see what happens after that. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe.